Killobits here. I'm back with you guys. Today what we're going to talk about is music theory. We're going to get into that a little bit. And the reason I was bringing this up is I've seen this a lot. You guys, whether you be wanting to do rap or other things in the music industry, I always hear to make beats. Well, it's simple. You didn't even have to take music theory. Well, you know, I hear that a lot, and it's just like I think to myself, I'm like, why would they need music theory? How is that relating to what they need to do? Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I actually went ahead and we took the privilege of finding out this information for you. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, what is music theory. Okay. Well, basically, I'm gonna read it from Wikipedia here. Music theory is the study of how music works. It examines the language and notation of music, and it seeks to identify the patterns and structures in the composer's techniques across the genres and styles. Okay, now I'm gonna break that down for you a little bit. What that means is that you guys being in the industry that you're in, basically what music theory does is it takes the genre that you want. Say it's taking rap. I mean, you're not gonna go in there for rap most likely, but what it does is it takes that music and it breaks it down. It breaks it down into genres and it breaks it down into rhythmic patterns and different things. Okay, that they teach you the fundamental of music. Now that being said, it's not really gonna help you, um, rap wise. I mean, it may help you with understanding rhythm and stuff, but everybody, let's be honest, everybody understands rhythm. And if you're in this kind of business, you really are going by ear on a lot of things. Basically, it gives you the physical notations of music and other things like that. Um, you know, it's not to say that you won't use it, but it also goes on to say here, in the grand sense, music theory distills and analyzes the fundamental parameters of elements of music: rhythm, harmony, harmonic function, melody, structure, form, texture, etc. Broadly, music theory may include statement, belief, and conception of music. So, what it's saying is the concept of music is essentially what they're going at here. Um, and basically giving you the fundamentals of how music is composed and how it is written. Okay? The, what I'm trying to tell you guys is, I mean, as rap artists and beat makers, uh, whatever have you, you're not really going to use this. It's not in the pattern um, that you're going to use, and it's not really relevant. I'll be honest. Um, it's relevant to certain people that are in certain forms of music. Like there are music theorists, okay, that teach this. If you were going to compose music like Mozart, then by all means take the class, okay. But what I'm saying is most beat makers uh, don't have music theory background. Okay, most rap artists don't have a music theory background. Um, that's just how it is. Um, you're not in that for that. Okay. Um, what else I want to touch on is, you know, here in the future we're going to touch on different things as far as, you know, the ins and outs of this business because I was reading the other day and there's a lot of stuff going around about. I actually read it. Well, this one boy lives in this suburb, and and the people were telling him that he doesn't belong in hip hop. It's a sad day when we tell somebody that they don't belong in a genre of music because they live in a certain town or they have a certain thing. I mean, that you're pushing out of a culture. Hip hop is pop culture now, y'all. We gotta understand. We gotta, you know, embrace the fact that it's not driven by, you know, a certain group or a certain movement because hip hop is for everybody. Um, I think I speak for a lot of people when I say this business is growing and it's great. The enterprise is great and people are willing to embrace that. But there's certain people out there that aren't going to embrace it. That's okay. I mean, it happens everywhere. But for the most part, I just want to touch on those. I want to touch on how you make money uh, in this business as well. We definitely are in it to make money, and to take some stress off of you, because if you're working a job and you're trying to do this, it's going to be stressful. If you actually can make money in the rap game uh, while practicing and while doing different things, it's certainly going to help. Okay, and it's certainly going to help you as far as evolving as an artist, and it keeps you in the game instead of putting you somewhere else in the field of life. So I'm going to touch on those as well, and and we're going to touch on emceeing, because I think that that's kind of important too. So emceeing is going to come up, and we're going to touch on how we can make money and do other things in the game here. Guys, if you have any questions about different things, different problems you have, with rhythm, harmony, different things like that, inbox me, something like that. We'll see what I can find out for you. I'll see what I have in my advice here. But the thing is, guys, you really need to understand music, understand how you're going to make money in music. The reason I read this the other day. The reason a lot of these rappers are failing, and I took this to heart, because a lot of your determination is going to determine a lot of the things that happen to you as an artist. If you do not push and you're not better, I mean, you don't even necessarily have to be the best, but you have to push hard. Um, Number one deciding factor on these people that fail is that they didn't get up every morning. They weren't knocking on doors, so to speak. You know what I mean? They weren't out there. If you were there, you were going to be presented with the opportunities of success, um, and then that'll help you. But you got to be willing to talk to these people. You got to be willing to push with everything in you. You got to push, man. You got to push. Um, and it's difficult. It's really difficult, but you got to push through it and get there. Like I said, this is not a pep talk, but this gives you something to think about. If you guys are having problems with different things in rap, just go ahead and inbox me those questions. If it's is your timing good? Are you with the beat? Um, are you do you stammer? Do you are you loud enough? Are you loud enough? Are you reading from a paper? Or are you memorizing your stuff? Are you how are you getting your vocabulary up? Are you okay? Like, I mean, can you stay in it? Is your mindset right? Anything like that, any kind of questions you have about where you should be, anything that I can help you answer, I'm going to help you, and I want you to get these questions out here for this community, because I think it's important. Um, Hip hop is growing, and it's a big industry, and I want you guys to get in on it. I'm trying to get in on it on myself. I mean, this industry is amazing. You can really, really make a lot of money if you know where to find it and how to hustle it. Um, and not necessarily hustle in a bad way. There are legal ways that you can make money in the hip hop industry. Um, that you can make a good amount of money, make a good living. So guys, just go ahead and inbox me any questions you may have. I'll be happy to answer those to the best of my ability. Questions, comments, subscribe, likes are always um, appreciated, and I really want to grow this. So guys, just share this with your friends. Anybody that's interested in hip hop, anybody that really has a drive for hip hop. So go ahead and do that for me, guys. And as always, I'll be back with another segment here soon. I think what we're going to do next is emceeing, so go ahead and look forward to that in emceeing. So we're going to talk about what is an MC, um, how can you be a better MC, and what's the difference in an MC and a rapper. Okay, so all right, guys, I'll talk to you later.